welcome, guys, to the newest episode of Minority Pod with my amazing, beautiful-looking co-host, Mustafa Hawili.
Hello, everybody. Ramadan Kareem to everyone again.
Ramadan Kareem. And then the other co-host, myself, Khalil Bazi. And our amazing first woman on the Minority Pod. A lot of people have been complaining how we should get more women.
And by the way, we didn't do it because you guys were complaining. It's just, mashallah, a lot of the women in this community are very, very successful, just like the ones we have here, and they're very busy. So we were finally able to get one.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So the intro of the amazing, wonderful mother, Connie Homayed.
Kazan.
Okay. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Mixed it up.
You
Kazan.
It's okay.
Kazan.
Nope, you're
So-
right. I am Connie Homayed Kazan. You're right.
Homemade. Oh yeah. So real quick, if you guys don't want to be in front of if you guys don't want to watch us on a YouTube, we're also available on Spotify, and we have merch available. So go ahead and DM us, and any feedback or anything, like we said before, we appreciate all the support, and thank you guys for tuning in. So let's go ahead and get started. So Connie, for people that are wondering who is this woman and why do we have this on and why do we have you on, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hey everyone. My name's Connie. I'm from Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Recently, I was just aired on the Food Show Network Canada, and the show that I was on was the Great Chocolate Showdown, and I also have a blog. I'm on Instagram at Connie's_Sweetest_things. Over 100,000 followers on that, as well as Connie Sweets on TikTok. So you guys can check me out over there, see if I'm legit.
You got to show us your secrets for all these followers.
It's funny because I just DM'd a lot of known people. And I talked to someone on the side, a girl that I talked to, and I get her insight on things. And I asked her what kind of women we should get, and she sent me you. She sent me you and your sister, and I DM'd you. And I DM'd a bunch of people, and then you responded. I'm like, oh, we got it.
We got it. That's all we need. We're good. Everything else is done.
I was the first one, guys. Hey,
You were
there
the
you
first.
go.
We have
Write it
other
down.
women, but you were the first one that
The honor is
responded.
ours.
Okay.
The honor
Yes.
is ours.
Thank you.
So before we started the show, you told us mother of four.
Yes, I am a mother of four. I have 2 girls, 2 boys, ages of 14, 10. Oh, I'm sorry, 14, 12. That's a mother thing, you guys. 10 and 7.
Wow. So, since we're on the topic of children, let me go ahead and ask you this. So I've been seeing a lot of things, whether it's on the news, all over the community, there are issues with kids getting in trouble, whether it's from the ages of 14, to pretty much, to 21, and you being a mother of 4. What do you think is the major issue? Because I'll tell you this. I don't know if you know who I am, but I do criminal defense work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I already have my own law firm, and the majority, I make a lot of my money, unfortunately, on literally probably like the 16 to like 22-year-olds.
Wow, so a juvenile pretty much.
Essentially,
in between.
right.
Okay.
And a lot of them are from our community.
Okay.
I'm not saying that crime doesn't discriminate.
No,
It doesn't,
it doesn't.
So,
I agree with you on that. There's a lot of kids who are underclassified and also misjudged, misled.
Mm-hmm.
So, one, it could start from the home. It could start from who they hang out with and everything. And like you said, the topic, what am I most worried about?
Mhm.
Um,
well, what do you think is the main, you as a mother, obviously, every home has their problems with mother and their kids.
Yeah.
I'm one of 5 in our house, so I definitely know how it is. What do you think is the major issue when it comes to our community and, these kids just starting to act out now?
That's a good question. A lot of people might get offended by what I say here, but what goes on in their home sometimes leaves their home with their child, and the child looks at things differently. You gotta be on your kid as a parent. There's too many troublemakers out there, and your child hanging out with those troublemakers, it becomes a virus, if you really want to know, or a disease. Like, it just goes from one kid to another. You really got to know what's going on with your child. Talk to them. And a lot of people say be their friend. Remember, when you are their friend at times, it could hurt you too, because they'll take advantage of you.
Yeah.
That's the point of I know a lot of business owners, the boss aspect, they're so harsh. They don't want to humanize themselves with their employees, because the second they get comfortable with them, they'll start slacking. Same thing as a parent.
Yeah, you can't get too comfortable. You can be their friend, but be careful, because you are a parent at the same time. The whole point of you having children is become a parent, not a friend.
Yeah, because let's just talk about it. So today we got the news today, and then this is airing Friday. So it got sent to me, and I'm assuming it's getting sent everywhere. That kid, there was some What is it? Child pornography.
Yeah. So long story short was there was. I'm sorry to bring this up. I know you're a mother, but and I can imagine.
That's a mom's worst
So
nightmare.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna say it like it is. I mean, there was a kid from our community. His name is Haitham Bazi, and he was charged by the federal government with producing. I guess he had it on his phone. Various, I guess, disgusting videos. Regarding child pornography, as well as they found drug paraphernalia in his home. So this person did not only have this on his computer. Apparently, there's enough evidence saying that he was producing the stuff.
That guy's done.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it from a legal perspective, yeah, they're gonna throw the book at him.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's the term for it. He, according to the way I look at the law, he's committed probably the third worst crime in U.S. history in terms of levels of criminality. I got treason at 1 for federal murder.
Yeah.
This one's right there.
Really?
Yeah,
He's done.
he's done. He's gonna do life. I mean, well, that's what they're gonna go for.
And they're not gonna,
Multiple life sentences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to school. So the class of 20, he was a class of 2013, Dearborn High. I met him in Dearborn High, I just knew him as. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a fan of him back in the day, and he was probably the reason why I got off Twitter 10 years ago. I don't want to go too deep into that, but hashtag not my cousin.
I mean, I know if you read a little bit about it, someone who knew him knew what was going on.
Yeah. So again, that's going to go back to it. Why is it used? I mean, why? So here's the thing. I mean, I usually don't like to play the mental illness card, but I mean, to me, I see someone like this, I think they're sick in the head. Now, going back to it, it's how did we get here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is my concern because this obviously, whether it's child pornography or any other crime, this is not the first time we see to me, honestly, if you're
Not in our
25,
community,
26, essentially you're a young man.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we see a young man or young woman in our community that's gone in this kind of trouble. This kind of criminality, this level of criminality. It's honestly unheard of. Usually these people, based on my experience, they have a record of criminal history. You're able to foreshadow what's going on based on the leading up to it. For example, let's say this kid when he was 14, he had issues with stealing, he had issues with stalking girls, he had issues with sending news. Let's say he did. You can predict, maybe not to this degree, but you can predict he'd get into some trouble as he got older. But you're getting in our community, especially, you're getting kids with clean records, have never done anything wrong, and all of a sudden, boom, they're looking at life in prison out of nowhere. And I just don't know how we're getting there. It's actually mind-boggling to me.
I want to get a mother's perspective. How do you look at that?
I mean, of course, it's probably your worst
So,
nightmare, so you don't like to think about it.
So, you guys said this guy had a clean record, but you guys knew him personally. You said you left Twitter because of it, or what?
I don't want to get in details, but yeah, I had some exchanges. I exchanged some words with him, and then I got some feedback, and I was like, I don't need Twitter anymore.
So, I mean, as his mother, I would be devastated. As another different mother, I am still devastated because this is someone in our community, someone in our backyard.
Yeah.
It hurts, I mean, I have 2 girls, I have 2 boys. And don't forget, too, I don't know if it was a girl or a boy he was stalking or what was going on. So I don't fear just my daughters leaving the house. I fear my son and my son's leaving the house, too. It's scary out there.
Yeah.
There's so many. You've heard of things from the Boy Scouts. You've heard of things. You watch movies. Obviously, you guys are probably watching CSI and all that stuff. I close my TVs because of this now, because I'm afraid. And as a parent, I am afraid. We should be aware of what's going on, especially our surroundings. But it's scary. The world is very scary today.
Do you monitor their social media?
Of course.
Or they have social media,
I have
assuming.
to. Actually, just my oldest has social media. The other ones, their accounts are linked to my accounts.
Okay.
I know I'm big on social media, but remember, I'm a mom who's showing you how to make food and sweets. I'm not jiggling my body to show you guys what else is going on. So if some people are like, well, you're on social media, you have so many followers. Yeah, I do, but I'm not provoking you in any way to look at me and say, oh, I could see why you have followers. I'm doing it because of the food.
Right.
The sugar. Sorry, you guys. The sugar's your addiction.
Yeah, those pages are pretty innocent. Just
Yeah,
tells you
I mean,
about
I'm
them.
just saying, every day I'll open up social media, and my daughter will be like, well, she's beautiful. And I'm like, Mom, the reason why she has, and she'll tell me, Mom, there's so many followers. And I'll be like, Mom, there's a reason why she has followers. And honestly, and my kids are social media has to make sure they're staying under a certain amount. And the more people who follow them, I'm looking to see who's following. Most of them are.
Are you talking about like the men and women who kind of like they're very like provocative with their bodies?
Not just that, but like you guys said, okay, am I watching my kids' social media? Okay, my kid has a certain amount of followers.
Yeah.
Not over 1,000. I'm sorry. I personally don't know 1,000. I mean, I do know 1,000 people out there, but my daughter does not know 1,000 people. If she has 1,000 people following her,
There's a problem.
there is a problem. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Trust me, it's not young kids following young kids just for
100%.
fun. I'm just telling you guys the truth.
And what's crazy and like, it's unfortunate because, like you said, your daughter told you, well, why does she have so many followers, for example?
Yes.
I mean, we know why she has so many followers.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, there are men and women that are doing things that obviously a lot of people are attracted to, whether it's, like shaking their bodies, dancing, taking off their clothes, whatever it is. And when our youth is exposed to that, they think that is the way. They think this is the way for me to get followers. This is what I have to do. And like, it sets a trend. And what's unfortunate now is every single phone you buy for your child is a smartphone. You can't avoid it. They need a phone.
Did you guys know automatically when you open up your iPhone, if it's the first time you've opened it up and there are no apps on it, Snap is on there first thing?
I didn't know that.
Snap is
I know
on there.
YouTube is on there automatically.
So Snap is on there the first thing too.
Wow.
It's done. So your generation obviously is different. I think. Okay, I was
we were like
95.
Yeah, we're like a hybrid.
Okay.
I grew up without. I didn't get my first phone till sophomore year in high school. Okay,
I had to hide my phone from my family. If you guys are watching this,
yeah,
please. I was probably about 20 to 21 or something, and I had my first phone. I had to hide it from my brothers and like, what do you have a phone for? I mean, obviously, a lot of people, what do you have a phone for, And you give your child the phone because you're expecting them. The only reason why they have a phone is to contact you.
That's how it was back in the day.
Yeah.
Now people want it for social media, not to contact your parents.
Right. Back then it was like, okay, it's like your mom, your dad, one
couldn't do
friend.
anything on it.
Yeah, and like you can use it like to listen to music.
I mean,
and,
you guys, I still have an AOL address.
Yeah.
AOL, not AOL. AOL address. That's my email address. So I'm that old school.
I honestly, with all due respect, a lot of people say that, especially like they say like your generation, well, you guys have to get with the times. Honestly, I think it should be reversed. I think in some situations, I think our like the youth should be exposed more to the past.
Yes.
Because with the way things are done today, it's absolutely horrifying. Like just to give you an example, when I was in high school, okay, if you had your phone out when you were in high school, the teachers would take it away and the parents would have to come pick it up.
From the police station.
Correct. And if they were to catch it again, so I remember one time, 2 days in a row, they caught my phone. And it was before winter break. My mom was like, Wahyat Allah, I'm not going to go pick it up for you. You're going to stay the whole winter break without a phone. And I was a sophomore in high school. And I stayed the entire winter break, 14 days without a phone. It was the worst punishment I ever had in my life. Now in high school, you're allowed to be on your phone. It is a rule. You can be on your phone during
red zone, yellow zone type of thing.
Yeah, during certain hours, your phone can be out. So my brother tells me they're exactly. They're like robots. He said there are kids in the hallway just walking on their phones. No one's communicating with each other anymore, and they have like.
If you guys really want to know why they're on their phones, it's because, and I hate to say this, the pandemic actually made that happen. Mm-hmm. So majority of the time, our kids would be on virtual with their cell phone. So this thing became a pacifier for a lot of these kids. Mm-hmm. You guys agree with me on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's becoming a pacifier, and all these kids.
Sorry, I keep adjusting your mic. I'm just trying to make it.
Yep. Is it like higher? Okay.
Oh, there you go. All
right, so it's becoming a pacifier for a lot of these kids. At the age of 1, when you're sitting there looking at the TV, you're giving your kids the the tablets.
Yeah, like
it starts with a tablet.
The kid tablets, where it's only kids. It's only built for kids.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you guys are wondering, my 7-year-old, he has a phone. It doesn't work unless he just goes if he's home doing it on the internet. So his demeanor is, let me go play Fortnite. Let me go play that. Like, it's an addiction, you guys. Mm-hmm. And here's your addiction. This is where life starts. Your child from the pacifier to the cell phone.
Yeah.
What's next? Robots. I don't know. I tell my kids when they come home from school, and school's exhausting. They're allowed to relax and take a break. If the day is good outside, I throw my kids outside.
You have to.
I throw my kids outside. I'm sorry. I have to do it. In the winter, I sign them up for winter league basketball, football.
Good. Yep.
I personally am obsessed with
keep them occupied.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because our kids are becoming obese from staying at home, doing nothing all day.
Becoming very antisocial, very antisocial behavior.
Antisocial, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As millennial as me and this guy are, born in 1995. I think we're going to be the last generation that has experienced this, and we're going to kind of raise them, because I don't know how the younger generation is going to raise their kids. It's like automatically going to give them a phone, automatically do all these things.
I mean, I was a South Ender. If you guys went to a basketball court, it was completely packed.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I remember.
You guys remember back
yeah,
in the
I remember Hemlock too.
Hemlock. Okay.
Hemlock. You couldn't. Yeah. You couldn't breathe.
Right
yeah.
now, if you guys, it's a beautiful day outside.
Nothing.
You would not be able to get your foot into that door of the park because it was completely packed. Now you go look at it. It's like there's a hate.
It's a ghost town.
Like, yes,
yeah. It's a ghost town. I know. Trust me. I know.
You know what? We're spoiling our kids, and you guys, this is where, and then the child pornography thing, our kids are on that phone. Let's say you're monitoring it. They're watching other things. It pops up. You can't stop it. You guys know that.
No, 100%.
It pops up. There's so many times where it starts, from the girl, going down, shaking her boobs and whatever, bottoms or whatever. It starts at home. We're the reason why our kids are doing this in the end. Giving it to them doesn't help it.
So here's also another concern that I'm having, and I really want your opinion on this. Okay, a lot of the things, I obviously agree with you. The thing with the social media, men, women shaking their asses, shaking their boobs on live, whatever, and coming to our youth. You have a lot of people, and this has become like, I've noticed, even in our community, in every community, it's become a divided thing where people are saying, well, okay, you know what, this person is going to be this person. We need to let them be. And this is fine. You live in a country today where, it's very liberal, very open. Again, I'm not arguing liberal or conservative here, but I'm just being honest with you. I mean, you have a strong push for support for this kind of behavior, and for any behavior, like, we have to be able to love one another. You gotta let them do what they want. They have the freedom to do what they want. It's their body. It's this kind of narrative. I think it's destroying society. Where are you on this?
Okay, so a lot of parents are saying, well, the reason why is because if I do stop it, they're going to hate me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's not the hate. It's your child. Can you control them to a certain extent? What am I on that? I don't know. I'm sorry. If your kid is out of hand and obviously you can't control them, there are things out there. There's options out there.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of options out there. I know a lot of my friends who sending their kids to boarding schools and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what you might have to do eventually. Mm-hmm. You might have to put your child in something, threaten them. A lot of parents, now the threats are not working. I mean, we can't lay our hands on kids anymore because, my 7-year-old will look at me and tell me it's child abuse. My own 7-year-old.
yeah.
Because I didn't buy him a candy bar.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys,
they're so informed now.
Yeah, he sits there and screams at me, it's child abuse. And I go, because I didn't buy you a candy bar? It's the social world today is just the social media world today is brainwashing your child.
Yeah.
And you guys, like you said, is it okay? No, it's not. I mean, eventually, let's say she's sitting there dancing on her phone. I mean, you never know, she could be dancing somewhere else.
Yeah, there's just always this pushback from just groups of people that say, hey, well, you know what, like we just gotta let people be what they want. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm so against that. It's ridiculous. Like, well, if your kids don't like it, then they shouldn't be on Instagram. Well, okay, well, how about Instagram shouldn't be pretty much just and like a freaking invitation to OnlyFans and sex.
No,
honestly,
and
we're really.
And you can't. I'm telling you, as a parent, you can't stop it. Sometimes you don't, and you want your child to trust you. You want your child to trust you, and you're going to get a lot of ups and downs. I don't know if you have like different age group over here, like parents or kids are like, I'm talking at your level, guys. I'm talking at the child's level, the youth level, where you're not going to trust your mom when she says no. But remember, and I'm telling you, we love you. We love you for a reason. We don't ever want you to think of us in any bad ways in your head. We love you, and we don't want you to do things you shouldn't be doing because you will regret it. I hated my parents when I grew. I didn't hate them like literally, but
you just hated what they did, like they overprotective.
I mean, you guys, I worked in a bakery all my life.
Yeah,
I had no choice. My bakery, every day I woke up, went to school. The minute I was done with school, I had to go to the bakery. Even if I had homework, I had bakery work. My bakery work came before anything. So, and nowadays, if I tell my daughter to pick up a broom, she'll look at me like, really? And I'm telling you, and I'm because I'm capable of helping them. But at the same time, there's responsibility. As a child, you need responsibility where your parents can trust you. Mm-hmm. And there are good kids, there are bad kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
You put in all that work, right? All that work you've done over the years and all the dedication and all that thing just to get your kids a better life. But at the same time, you ever look back at it and be like, if they lived like me,
They would have been spoiled. Listen, honestly, I was spoiled as a kid.
Oh, were you?
I was, you guys. We got to do so much. Like, kids were so envious of what we did when we were younger. I mean, I know now, like, everybody says, I'm going to Florida. Oh, you're going to Florida. We own a house in Florida. Oh, my God, you own a house in Florida. The people today. So you have to tell them there's a difference. I mean, we went to Florida like three times a year. We went to Vegas. And this was me back in the 90s. And people back then weren't going to those places. Now in the 2000s and the millenniums, everybody's starting to do it. You're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But back then, we were like the very few families that was able to do that.
100%.
And it was fun, you know? I can't give my kids, even though we make more now than we did then, I still can't give what my
Can't
kids,
give them what you got.
my parents gave me. And I know a lot of parents say the same thing on that too.
It's tough.
If you only knew, I love my parents to death. Now as a parent, I love my mom and dad.
And you really appreciate it more.
Oh my God, beyond. You guys, once you become a parent, you're going to see. And the more loose you as a parent you are, your kids are not going to like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
as they get older, they feel like they're gonna feel like something was missing.
They're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
I heard that quote. I said it like I think the first or second episode. Parents, we look at it as a restriction. They look at it as a protection. They tell us to come home at a certain time. We look at it as like, oh man, why are they telling me? But at the same time, you look back at them like, yeah, get your ass at home.
Yeah,
we know exactly what goes on.
Yes, I mean, their kids nowadays are out till 2, 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
If that light turned on the street outside, I was black and blue the next day.
Yeah,
and I worked for the city of Dearborn at the Civic Center at the Henry Ford and Performing Arts, and my father would be like, "Where you at? What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm at work, Dad. What do you want from me?" I mean, that's when I was 24 years old.
Oh my God.
So, man, it's funny you said child abuse. I don't know how it was in your family. I got killed when not killed, but like I got like
You got your ass kicked.
I got my ass beat all the time.
Yeah, same here.
There was nothing crazy.
very normal.
Listen, if we did something wrong, we got hit, all right, we got smacked or whatever.
Out of love.
Yeah, and like, and you like, all right, I know not to do that again. And obviously, it kept happening. Obviously, when we're older, but like we knew that it wasn't like he wasn't beating us out of anger. It wasn't like one time example. We have 5 boys, right? But before my little brother came, we were 4 boys in one room, okay? And let's say it's a Monday night or whatever, and my dad and mom are upstairs, and we're making a lot of room, and my 2 older brothers would bully me and my little brother, and do stupid things, and let's say they were picking on us or whatever, and we'd all be screaming and yelling, and my dad has to wake up when he has work in the morning. This guy comes down, and we used to do this, like, line up. All we used to line up, hands down, and just smack the hell out of us.
Yeah. You know,
he'd smack us, we'd all go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like that, boom, boom, and we'd all go to sleep, no problem. We wouldn't do that the next day.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? It's like at the time, like you don't really think of it. I just get my ass kicked. This is how it is.
Yeah,
and
normal.
but then once you grow up, you realize, well, this is what they were raised on. So that's pretty much all they know. You know, like if somebody messes up, all right, we just smack them around. They won't do it again. It's kind of like this is how it is. But then, like,
they're taking their phone away from the kid.
Yeah,
My God, I'm about to
Hala, with me specifically, my little brother Haidar, he got his ass kicked the most in our house. Okay, but it backfired on my dad a lot because my dad gave him so many beatings that he became numb to it. So it got to a point where like if he would before he would do something, he would
like my sister Summer.
Yeah, before he would do something, he would weigh out his options. Okay, so I'm gonna get my ass kicked if I go and stay out till 3 a.m. F it, it's worth it. Let's do it. So he'd go stay out till 3 a.m., get his ass kicked. All right, whatever. This is my punishment.
43.
Yeah.
I'm still afraid of my father kicking my ass.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
No, yeah, because it was just I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, there are parents that are beating the hell out of their kids out of anger, and they're having a bad day, and their kid is sitting there doing nothing wrong.
Useless ass kid just beating his ass. Yeah, there you go.
We're talking from the point of view of we did something wrong.
Right.
We weren't just walking, hi dad, boom. No, it wasn't that. Like one time, Ramadan, us the boys were playing soccer on the other side of the basement. I kicked the ball, it landed in the salad bowl everywhere. Yeah, I swear to God, I got hit so hard. I remember flying in the air and hit the couch. I never touched a soccer ball for like 8 years after that. Stuff like that. But like, yeah, when you look at it in child abuse, I would look at my kid and be like, do you understand what I used to go through?
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know how you react to it. From a mother, if someone tells me child abuse, I look at them like, do you have a house under your eating? Like, it's not child abuse.
Our kids are spoiled.
Yeah.
They're very spoiled.
Absolutely.
Very, very spoiled. I mean,
honestly, even when you don't think you're spoiling them, you're spoiling them. That's what's crazy.
I mean, think about it. If I tell my son no, he looks at me and laughs. If I tell my son no again, he looks at me and thinks, whatever. It's just, and he's 7. I mean,
you have that mom killer look where you look at him and go, is she serious?
No, he doesn't care.
Doesn't care, huh?
He doesn't care. He's like he laughs about it. Well, because, I guess because we've gotten our bottoms kicked, we got our ass kicked so bad when we were younger. And I'm telling you, out of love, we don't want to kick our own kids' ass anymore. It's so sad.
It's so tiring. It's so exhausting, and you realize it doesn't really work.
Does it? I mean, listen, hey, how many of you guys had that shahata that actually turned the corner?
Yeah.
Subis hit the corner,
Man,
like boom, right in your head.
My mom and a wooden stick, but
Yeah, mom used a rubber hose or a wooden stick.
that was bad. But yeah, you gotta like, yeah, it was bad. But the thing is, I look at him like whenever I have a kid in Charlotte, like I don't think I'm gonna have the heart to hit him.
You know,
Think
I think
this
you
is
say
another
that.
version of you, and how you gonna hit him? But like I don't know. It depends how much he pisses
really
you
don't.
off.
I think because they kicked our ass so bad, you don't even want to hit your own kid anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It has to come from a deep mind, like a deep.
But
like,
I'm still telling you guys, out of love hit, you know?
that's
Oh
hilarious.
my
My
God.
father had 8 kids. And
Wow. So you guys are 8 in the house, huh?
we're now 7.
Oh,
My
yeah, I
brother
forgot.
did pass away, you know.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You guys quit smoking. You know, squamous cell cancer stage 4 can hit
Yeah,
you
he
really
had lung
bad.
cancer.
Throat cancer and
Oh my
instead,
God.
which is worse. It was a very aggressive cancer. All the memories of him and everything. It's been 4 weeks now.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry.
So
Thank
I
you.
want to bring that up. So I had no idea who he was, but you know what picture made me feel so bad? Like I felt because I'm a person. People, my friends think I'm a whack job. We talked about it yesterday. I want 4 daughters. I want all daughters. I want obviously 1 boy or 2 boys, but I want as much daughters because my family is all boys. We're a boy-infested family. It's crazy. And alhamdulillah, my brother-in-law just had I just had my first niece. But when I seen the picture of your brother, Allah yarhamu, and his 3 daughters,
Girls, yeah.
I was like, man, I don't know if it's. This is my point of view. I think a bond between a father and his daughters is insane, and then it's a mother and sons. And I looked at that picture and I felt so bad. I'm like, man, I feel bad. And I heard a lot of good things about him. And
He wouldn't change the world for those girls. He died. He lived. He slept for those girls. He fought as hard as he can. You guys, you know, this cancer, it was so aggressive on him. No matter what he did, it didn't. It didn't help. In the end, you know, Ken Tabet, we didn't show pictures or videos of him in the end, you know, out of respect for himself too. You know, it was a really big shocker to us in the community when we found out. I mean, I felt like my world just flattened
Collapsed.
out. We're
Yeah.
very, and one thing, you guys, if you have brothers and sisters, be close with them. It does your parents good. Be very, very close with them because, and you heard a lot of people say, like, you guys were very, very tight as a family. It was devastating.
Yeah.
And his girls, he always said it. He goes, I'm so glad God gave me girls. He was so happy God gave him girls. And he goes, I hope nothing would change about this because having these girls were just, and he always fought with us.
They were the blessing all
always,
themselves. Yeah.
me and him were 355 days apart.
Yeah.
Not even a year. We're called Irish twins.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to fight like cats and dogs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 10 days, you know, we're the same age, you know, for 10 days straight, he would sit and fight with me as a younger kid, you know, and it, you know, cancer can hit. And you guys, one thing I do want to tell you guys, he was very private.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we tried so hard, just, Hami, let us help you. Hami, no, he was a very strong person. And now, inshallah, he's a strong soul right now, somewhere, wherever he's at. And be tight with your family. If they push you away, go back to them. They really want you there. They just don't want you to see what happens to them in the end, which hurts the most.
Yeah.
no, alhamdulillah, I 5 boys in the family. Yeah, 5 boys, all within the same age, 30, 29, 26, 24, then 19. And alhamdulillah, like you said, be close to your family. And I think my bond with my brothers, alhamdulillah, is very well. We're very close. And when I see something like that, it just makes you want to get closer with them.
Yes.
Because you never know how
It
long
does.
you actually
guys
have with them.
don't know. No, you never know. Alex is the oldest. He's about 53. And then there's Nimmer, who's about 51. And then Jackie, who's about 50. Sorry, guys. I'm giving you younger age, so look good at me. And then Julia and me. And then Ali Hamahami, Summer. And then Abdullah. Abdullah and Summer are 10 years apart.
Hold on. I know your nephew.
You probably do Hassan.
Hassan.
Yes.
Hassan Saror is amazing.
Yes.
Shout out Hassan Saror.
Hassan Saror's a good
His
guy.
mom is, or his mom or his dad is your
Sister.
His mom
Yes,
is your
his mom
sister.
is my sister. Yes.
Got you. I know. He's very good friends with my little brother.
Yeah, Hassan. We have a lot of nieces and nephews. So,
Yeah, I can imagine.
which is great. You know, we're like I said, we're inseparable. We go on vacations together. We do so many things together. It's
Honestly, as it should be.
yeah,
Yeah,
everything. Like we eat, sleep, and probably go to the bathroom together.
Yeah, essentially.
You know, it's just how it is. Like when it comes to like during Ramadan, we all iftar together.
Yeah.
So keep your family close. You know, it's hard to lose someone in your family, and it's hard to let someone go too.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay, we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back. Okay, so let's get a little bit off topic. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. So how, you said you worked at a bakery. Was it a family bakery?
Yes. So my parents were one of the first pita bread business in the United States.
Oh, what were they called?
Jesus.
Arabian Village Bakery in the
Oh,
South End.
wow. Okay.
1974.
Wow. A lot of history there.
Yes, there is because
Yeah.
my mom begged my dad to patent the pita.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I could have been a pita princess.
So then
That's so funny.
It just
Yeah.
exploded from there.
So what happened was my father was such a very good, humble man.
Mhm.
A lot of people came to my father and asked him to help him out with the bakery businesses.
Yeah.
And my father was one of those guys who did invite a lot of these big bakery companies and stuff out there. You guys know a lot of them. And they learned from my parents.
Wow.
And
That's crazy. It all
yes.
started with that first
You were
bakery.
like
That
labor,
first
like
bakery.
like working like a slave when you were younger, huh?
me, oh, it was crazy. Like the bakery, it would come off the belt. It would fall into this big thing. You'd have to pick them up and package them into the bag. I was like 5 or 6 when they started me start.
5 or 6 years old.
You guys, I was born on a bag of flour, literally.
Wow.
My
That's
mom said,
hilarious.
she's like, she goes, you were almost like, I almost delivered you in the bakery. And I was like, are you serious?
Interesting.
That's
Yes.
great. So how did you get to where you are now?
So, remember, we did mainly breads, not sweets.
Yeah.
So, and if a lot of people who know my parents, if you're like showing, they're like, do you know this girl's parents? What happened was a lot of things. I love making sweets, and my favorite thing is like brownies.
Yeah.
I love brownies. And box cake brownies are my favorite. Like,
Man, I
box
wish it was
brownies
at
are my
Ramadan right
favorite.
now. You would have brought them. It would have been amazing.
Actually, I thought about it at the last minute. I should have brought you guys some. I'm sorry.
No, you're
No,
fine,
don't
you're
apologize. You're
fine.
fine.
Go ahead.
But anyways, and then I started doing. I went from being in the bakery, so around not the pandemic, I would say when the economy started to crash, my parents kind of like gave up on working in the bakery. It became a big deal, and there was a lot of bakeries out there by now. In 2004, you guys, there was plenty of bakeries.
Bakeries everywhere. Yeah.
Yes, and we were like one of the only ones in the South End, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And my parents were like, okay, khalas, go do your own thing. And I started working for like the city of Deer when I became like a gymnastics instructor and a personal trainer, aerobics instructor and stuff. I started doing my thing, and I got married to my husband. We moved to like DC and stuff like that. That was like another ordeal. And my first kid I had like in Northern Virginia and stuff like that. We ended up coming back to Michigan, alhamdulillah. And I was like, Instagram became a thing. I was like, okay, you know what? And I made cakes for my family, nobody else. That was coming up and be like, can you make me a cake? Can you make me a cake? Can you make me a cake? And I was like, okay, khalas, I'm going to make you guys cakes.
So at this point, you're just making cakes for everybody.
For my family, yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about like 30, 40 people. So
Oh my
every
God.
month it was like 2-3 cakes at a time.
Well, they really put you to work, huh?
Yeah, they really slaved me. So not knowing like I would have became something on the internet. So I made a cake for one of our friends, and I ended up giving it to like a lot of people in the restaurant. And these people came up to me like, where did you guys get this cake from? And I was like, oh, I made it. And they were like, I thought it came from this place. And I'm like, no, alhamdulillah, I made it. So someone started ordering from me and another person. So I started on Instagram, and I was like, let me start posting people on how to make cakes, how to decorate cakes. It became a fun thing. And then a few years later, the pandemic happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh no, I'm not getting cake orders right now.
Yeah.
Let me start blogging.
Yeah.
I started blogging about how to make sweets and stuff, because what happened was if you were walking into the grocery store, everything was knocked off the shelf because there was nothing available.
There was literally nothing there.
Nothing. So I went in my pantry and I started seeing things like flour, sugar, cocoa, I was like, let me start making
Things out of
sweets.
nothing.
Yes, yes. So came to it, started growing really big on Instagram with this. And I'm like, oh, this is going to become a thing. Hey, here we go. And I had 2 shows at the same time contact me.
Mm-hmm.
One show was so interested in like putting me on, and I was so excited about it. Unfortunately, some really things didn't fall through. I wasn't COVID vaccinated and stuff, and it was a big deal. And I was like, Khalas, I'll just let it go. And the other show was like there, and I was like, okay, they contacted me. Let's do this thing. And ended up going to Toronto for this, which was really, really cool. It's 8 episodes long, and where I get, you guys might not know. It was fun. Hollywood is different. It's so different. It's not what you guys think.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
do you think, is it really fake?
It's probably like politics get into it where like they push a narrative.
No, it's
Like, I can imagine
really,
them seeing you.
You got to do your best. You really do. You really, really got to do your best. You got to push it. And where you land is, I guess, where you fall off pretty much. The fakeness is, I can't say.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I can't say. No.
I'm not understanding.
I'm like, okay, like an episode takes a couple of days.
Yeah.
That's for sure. What you see on TV is not what you see.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. They really
Yeah.
cut off a lot. You guys, like, per day was like a 20-minute, 20-minute on the episode. So it's really crazy. Like, Hollywood is not what you think anymore. Like, we were slaving all day for
It's 20 minutes. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but nowadays when like The Voice or any type of competition show, if you go far and then you have a big platform, even if you don't win the show, you can be very successful on social media after.
I never depended on the show for my page.
Yeah.
My page came from me. So the show really didn't. Remember, it's only aired in Food Show Network Canada. CW has the first season. I'm on season 3 right now.
Okay.
So, and actually season finale did come up. I just can't tell you guys because eventually they're expecting it to come to the United States. I just don't know when.
You're not allowed legally, I believe. They make you sign an agreement, don't they?
Yeah. So I mean, like, how do you guys get to watch it? I don't know. Some people told me Fire Stick and stuff like that. I know people at Food Show Network. Food Show Network, everybody is getting, in Canada is able to see it, which is great. It really was weird watching me on TV.
I can imagine.
It was really, really weird. I was like,
out of curiosity, if you're allowed to share, what was the first show?
No,
it was a chocolate carousel because we're doing the Great Chocolate Showdown.
Okay.
And I got immunity on the first show. So
nice.
I could tell you guys that, yeah.
Hopefully, my friend Cal Harani mentioned it. He's like, I remember he's seen something about you on the show or something like that. And it was, I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
I did great on the first show. It was a chocolate carousel. And I was representing the Middle Eastern guys. I was making baklava, you guys, for us. And that like got me to the second round, which was great. And I met very really interesting people. The other people I can beg to differ on. But anyway, the cast, the producers, everybody was great and humble with me. They accommodated to me because I only eat halal. They made sure like I was very well accommodated.
That's
and
good.
Also, don't forget, in Toronto, there's a lot of Muslim people. So everywhere I went over there, I wasn't, because of COVID, and Canada's very different than the United States. A lot of things were restricted. So like when we had time off, I mean, they really didn't want us doing anything outside of our circle. So, I mean, I took advantage of me being in Toronto and enjoying it.
Well, all of, I don't know, you probably know this, all Chef Gordon Ramsay's meat is halal.
Yes.
It's all Creekstone.
I actually have been to his place in Vegas a couple of times. It's really, really good.
It's
Certain
Creekstone.
ones.
They get everything Creekstone, and Creekstone is certified halal. Majority of their things you can actually get. That's where a lot of the. I'm not going to say which places in Dearborn get their stuff from there, but like top of the line. If you want to get top of the line Wagyu steaks and all that stuff is Creekstone.
I can advertise, but I'm not going to advertise because you're not paying me for that.
But so Creekstone, because if you really want to get into like steaks, because me and my friend Cal do. There's they always go on sale, but there's huge packages where they'll throw in like 10, 15 Wagyu top of the line steaks for like 100 something. They're expensive, but if you want
Yeah.
to get top of the line, but I know
Yeah.
Chef Gordon Ramsay gets everything from Creekstone.
Yeah, Creekstone carries a very well quality of, and a lot of people are sitting there. I know there's a lot of people who will jump at me in summer about like halal and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I completely only eat halal. I don't even eat gelatin too, so gelatin is totally off my, agenda on that too. When it comes to meat and stuff, better make sure that meat has got a lot of marble in it.
Yeah, for
But
real.
you're not just sweets now. I look at your page, you and
I-
your sister's page, and it's everything.
I try to stick to myself because I'm Connie Sweetest things.
Yeah.
I try to. There's a lot of people who just be like, I don't want to sit and watch cookies being made all the time. And I like to add different things here and there. So like little things, not too many, because I try to give that to my sister more than anything.
Oh, your sister,
Summer.
Summer. I
Yes.
thought that was the name of her thing. I didn't know her name. Actual
Her real name
is
is Summer, is in the season.
No, you guys are both. You guys are. I thought you guys were twins at that point. You guys
Yeah.
do a very similar thing, right?
I know,
She
it's so
wasn't-
funny. I wish I would have brought her with me.
I honestly, I was like, I'm
But
like,
she would have talked over me. Summer's got a big mouth. She'd be like,
we could have fit four, but I was like, you know what? If we have Summer, we'll have it on the
we'll
second
have
one.
Summer. Yeah, you guys will
It'll
have
be
Summer.
nice.
Summer
It'll
will
be
have a
nice.
blast with
Summer
you
in the
guys.
summer.
I didn't know. Yeah, honestly, I didn't know how slammed you guys' DMs are. I don't know. I sent you with a leap of faith. Like, oh, let's see if it works. And then it worked. So like, but
I read my messages and I get
Yeah.
back to everybody as much as I can. The only time I probably didn't get back to everybody was when my brother passed away and I had over a couple thousand messages and
those are all good blessings, though.
Yeah.
it was thank you. I know du'as from everybody. Fat has everybody. Thank you guys so much. I mean, the community came to us so well. If you guys want to know, like the mosque was filled. People were telling me it was a mosque on Ford Road that all the way by Pizza Place, the line to get into
Yeah.
the mosque was packed.
I heard it was very, very packed.
I'm telling my parents were a big impact in the community, if
Mm-hmm.
you guys can tell, and alhamdulillah, and so was he. He really did. He raised his girls great too, and
Yeah, but-
they're doing a proceed thing on.
Yeah,
behalf
I
of
seen
him,
that.
too.
So it's your nieces, obviously, and
Yeah.
they have I seen one of Halal Food Junkie posted one
Yeah.
of them. One of his daughters is doing cookies and caramel apples. What are they called again?
Hamid's apples.
Hamid's apples,
so-
and every it's like a certain amount of the. It's
Oh,
mainly
actually,
for charity.
all the cookies are going.
Yeah.
All the cookie proceeds
It's
are
like
going
all the
directly.
cookies are-
So they're going to send them to. She's going to separate them out wellly, and majority of her things that she's going to do is going to an organization where they don't take any cut of the money and gives it directly to the fa'ar.
Yeah,
that's
when
good.
when I seen the whole situation, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is purely for
Yeah.
Charity.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you got some of these people out here like I'm donating like 2% to
Mhm.
the thing.
You know what? No, what happened was a lot of people asked us, Connie, are you guys going to do like a GoFundMe for your family? And we said, absolutely not. We don't
Yeah.
need that. And we told them, if you want to, while Hamid had passed away, zakat or Sadiq on behalf of him. That was like our main thing. Just put money on the side on Sadiq, my brother, Muhammad Jamal Hamayed. Just do that for him. And that was just, my followers gave me strength too.
Yeah.
The
course.
support from all of them was just
Yeah.
amazing.
I can imagine.
It just showed how many people out there respect us,
Mhm.
and it was beautiful. It really, really was.
That's
And
amazing.
but it should be for everybody, not
Yeah.
just us.
No,
I
I
agree.
really, I try to myself go to every funeral, even if I don't know them. I mean, there are times where I'll go to Salam and people are looking at me like, "Did
How do
you
you know
really
that?"
just?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
do it just out of my heart because they say in our community we're supposed to go to every funeral. Did you
Yeah.
guys? If your parents will tell you, you're
Yeah,
supposed
oh
to
yeah.
go to every funeral in every community.
Ahmed
Yeah.
Rajli, last 2 guests ago, he mentioned he's like, go to as much as you can. He's like, it's good.
Yes.
It's honestly for the aspect of realizing that death is surrounded
It's
by
real.
everyone, and second,
Yes.
it checks you basically.
Mhm.
Yes, it does.
It basically
And-
puts you, levels you.
And you respect. You got to show respect for the people in your community too. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I personally, like, after my brother had passed away, I've been to like 10 at least by
Mhm.
now. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you got to put in the point, like, whoever came to your brothers, obviously, anything happens to them, you got to go pay your respects as well.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I would do it anyways
Of
for
course,
anybody.
yeah.
There were people out there, like I said, I've never knew who they were. And the family member would call me up and be like, I can't believe you came to, my uncle's. And I was
Right.
like, listen, at the end of the day, he's a person of our community. Everybody should go to everyone
Mhm.
if you can.
No, I agree.
So, and I'm not saying like before my brothers, I didn't go to, I went to it plenty.
Mhm.
So
but the amazing thing about this community is there are situations where someone in the family, example, the father passes, and that's situations happen, GoFundMe, and then Dearborn just throws their money. It's crazy.
The community gives.
Yes.
Honestly,
Yes.
what I notice is when you need this
Yes.
community, like for these kinds of things, they give.
There are
Anytime I've
very
seen,
good people
yeah.
out there, alhamdulillah.
Anytime I've seen, somebody needs, some sort of a donation, some sort of a home needs to be paid off, some sort of funeral needs to be
Easily.
paid,
It's
easily
done.
done overnight.
Yeah, like on my page, and I hate to say this, like on my Instagram page and my TikTok page, I don't join any fundraisers.
Mhm.
I'm afraid of them because I have been offered a kickback.
Mhm.
I have, and I got mad.
It's not right.
Yeah,
It's shady. It gets shady.
Your intentions
Yeah.
to give yourself money, give someone money for the fraud. I hate to get the kickbacks. And recently, I read through one person's, and I'm actually helping them out. I realized, I was like, okay, this one's not giving me a kickback. This one's not taking any. She goes, all the money actually goes to what that organization is. And I said, then sign me up.
Yeah, because one of my buddies, Ali Krizat, he's always doing charity events, and that guy's one of the purest souls I've ever met. And I know for a fact, if any dollar I give him, it's gonna go straight to someone in need, right?
Yes.
So one time he had a charity event like 2 years ago, and he knows I know a lot of people, so I go ahead and I ask people, and every single person that I ask, because they actually going to the charity.
Yes, you
they're
have
actually
to.
going to the charity.
You have
Yeah.
to, because I'm telling you, there's so many organizations out there that takes money out of that pot, and they shouldn't be. And you can tell who's taking money out of that pot because there's an executive this, and and the secretary. It's not our pot to take out of. If you guys really want to know.
No, you're absolutely
Yeah,
correct.
It's not.
GoFundMe is like, okay,
They make 10%.
they make huge. It's crazy to think about that. I want to come from a lawyer's standpoint. If this is going towards a charity, how is that? Do you think they take it for like?
Well, that's what they label it as, right? So if you go see what that 10% is for, they'll say it's like a service fee or it's like paying our employees to run it, things like that.
I'm not gonna lie,
It's
it is a
not-
service.
Yeah, it is a service because GoFundMe is not. So here's the problem.
Yeah,
So
it's
people have it
fake.
confused. People think GoFundMe is just a charity. No, GoFundMe is an outlet that you use to set up a charity.
Yeah.
So it's a service that you use to set up a charity. So for example, okay, you wanted to start a company, okay? You can go on Lyra and you can start your LLC. Very simple.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've done it. I've done it.
Yep. I
Right.
do. Yep.
Yep. However, I'm an accountant, okay? You if you want to start your own company by yourself, you can do it, right? But if you want to come through me, I'm going to charge you to do the same exact thing you
No,
could have
yeah,
done
I
at home.
You could have done it at home. I did my own
exactly
at home rather
right.
than
So
going to
it's
someone else.
right. So it's convenience.
crazy,
GoFundMe it gives you that outlet, and
like-
that's what they're charging you for. They're charging you for that service.
Yeah, it's like
That's
man,
why.
we raised
Hala, ethical or not is
100,000.
different, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but I'm sorry, but if you raise 100,000, 1,000 goes to. I'm sorry, you didn't do nothing but post it up.
100,000 is
you know
10,000, isn't it?
No. So if you
Is
do
it-
100,000, they get 10,000 of it.
Yeah, 10,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me for saying
No,
this. But
absolutely
that's a
not.
selfishness. Like
I agree.
a lot of them tried to give me a 10% kickback.
I 100%
I
agree.
almost died. I was like,
Yeah,
please,
I
do
can't
not.
even. I
But-
can't even. Yeah.
But this organization, what they did was they were like, there's a box where it asks you, do you want to pay that kickback?
Yeah.
That's up to you as a human being. Now, if you want to donate to them, people who are running like the program that I'm with are doctors, are pharmacists.
Right.
They
They're-
know what they're doing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because honestly, it's, like you said, you gotta find someone you like because I know I used to do some charity work for some work. I know for a fact listen. The one I used to do,
I
it was
know a
during COVID.
lot.
I know for
I
a
know
fact
a lot.
the money goes straight to the doorstep. Like I help deliver a lot of food to these doorsteps. I know for a fact there's nothing shady going on here. You know what I
That's
mean?
good. That's great.
But like I can see where a lot of people hit licks on these.
Yeah,
type
I
of
mean,
things.
because it's because it's happened before, right? You've been in situations. I think was it Susan B. Anthony?
okay, so that's he said
Yeah,
it. I was like, it was
yeah, no. I
really
mean, I
big.
know this dude. Like,
95% of the money goes to the family.
yes.
If you
yes.
guys, it does not go to Susan B. Coleman's breast cancer awareness. It goes straight to the family. So be careful on that.
There were multiple lawsuits filed against them for purposefully misleading people to thinking. Because through
it's
their
going to the
advertisements,
cure.
they do a very good job,
Yes.
man. They're very good.
Yes.
Like they know how to solicit you. They'll tell you, like, they'll bring on somebody that's like a cancer survivor or somebody that had somebody in their family that died from breast cancer, and they'll say,
Yeah.
hey, if it wasn't for this organization, I wouldn't be where I
95% goes
am.
to the family, guys.
It's all a load of shit.
It is. You
Yeah.
have to be careful who your intentions are to give it to someone who's going to give it to who needs it. But a lot of time, it's crazy. We have a sick world out there.
Yeah.
You have someone who's stealing money from the poor. You have an old man who's obsessed with looking at little kids. This world is sick.
You have pharmacists scamming millions of dollars and sending it to love. Like, it's just, yeah, I know. It's a pharmacy. Yeah.
They say that some pharmacists are the drug dealers. And
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people blame the
crazy.
doctors. It's funny. We're actually talking to Rabia about him coming on here pretty soon. And I know for a fact that, I'm sure you know Rabia Darwish.
Yes,
Yeah. So him and Kale are cousins.
I didn't
And
say
so-
it. We're really good friends.
Yeah.
I didn't say it in
And
the
so we
name.
want to bring him on soon, but I know he shares the opinion, that a lot of the issues with drugs in this community have to do with the doctors and the pharmacists. What do you think? I feel like you're on the
So
fence with it.
it's- You guys,
Do you have any family members that are pharmacists?
no.
I have a very
I
very
do,
close friend.
I
that's a
do, but
pharmacist.
they're very strict.
Yeah,
And
like
doctors who are very, very strict.
Mhm.
The kids are getting it from their parents.
yeah,
Yeah.
You guys, I know a lot of
Yeah.
people whose kids are getting it from their parents too.
Mhm.
There's
Talking
one
about
or two
like
pills
talking
missing.
about like
There's
pills,
more than
yeah.
a few.
Yeah.
There are more than a few missing, you guys.
Yeah.
And a 15-year-old cannot get it from a doctor. You guys both know that.
Mhm.
No, yeah.
You guys know that. And a 16-year-old can't get it from a doctor or a pharmacist either.
Right.
I don't want to get on this topic because I don't want to open up eyes for a lot of people, but I recently was talking to someone who knows what they were talking about, and it was crazy. And I was like, you put some sense in my brain.
Really.
They really, really did. And I was like, I didn't realize that. So, but the government just legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
You guys,
It's
eventually our kids can go into a gas station and get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is the world we're living in now.
yeah.
And mind you, again, you're going to have that pushback from these people that say, well, you know what? It's just a plant. And it doesn't do anything. And you have
Quit
these people.
smoking. If you're a smoker, quit smoking.
Yeah.
My brother died from it. I don't care if it's marijuana. It does not help you. Your lungs are turning black.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can, and don't say if I quit smoking, I might get cancer. I know this for a fact. 5 years after you quit smoking, your lungs will become normal again.
Mm-hmm.
From a doctor's, I'm not a doctor. I knew that from a doctor's. He told me, he goes, if you quit smoking 5 years later, your lungs will become normal again.
No,
So-
yeah, it's. I have a really, really close friend of mine, Ahmed. He's a pharmacist, and he destroys
The pharmacy community.
Pharmacy community. He's like, these guys will scam millions of dollars, but won't eat pork. Yeah, he always tells me, he's like,
I mean, what's funny is, I'm going to say this too. $5 million you scam from the government and you get 2 months in jail.
yeah, how does that work, bro?
I don't
They have
care.
really
You
good
gotta
lawyers?
tell me.
Okay. So here's how it works.
Okay.
Okay. So I've actually worked on a few cases when
I
it
mean,
came to like, that kind of fraud. Okay. The way it works is this. So
Restitution.
so the restitution is a big one, right?
but some of them
how
don't
much
have
you're able
to
to pay
pay.
back. Yes,
Yeah.
right. And then also it depends on how many times have you been caught, because a lot of these people have been caught multiple times. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to where the dollar mark is. Okay. If you're above the 10 million mark, once you cross that mark, it's like at that point, it's like the point of no return. It's like a kid in the shallow end slowly getting to the deep end, and then once they get to the deep end, they know like at this point they can't stand and they have to like try to swim their way out.
So 10 million. So I have a feeling these Arabs know that $10 million. So they stay
They
right
know,
under it.
no, they know. It's happened so much in this community that I feel like the basic pharmacist now can pretty much be a healthcare attorney.
Yeah.
God is watching us.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one guy? Once I want to throw a quick. I think this is one of the funniest things. It's so messed up on the human, but it's so funny. There was that one pharmacist that was scamming. This is like 2-3 years ago, and these savages were following him around, and this guy was walking around, and they were trying to get in his face, and he's like, "Get out of my face!" And he hit the camera. I'm not gonna say his name, but it was a pharmacist that was like scamming millions.
He was
of
from
dollars.
Dearborn.
Yeah, it
I
was one of the funniest videos. I'll show you later.
but yeah, so it's like
But some of them are misjudged too.
no, they are.
Yeah.
There's
They are.
a lot of innocent people out
Of
there.
No,
course.
too.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. But like, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest with you. Okay, when the federal government is after you, most of the time you're not innocent. I mean, this is like from my experience. Yeah, like if they can connect you to over $10 million in Medicaid and Medicare fraud when it comes to billing, like prescriptions and stuff. Like, who's the guy that they caught him? This guy was like billing meds to like dead cancer people. Like there were people that died from cancer.
It was on True Crimes.
Whoa.
There was like four.
No,
ARABs.
This was somebody from here. It was from Michigan. So somebody from Michigan. What they were doing was, so let's say بعيد من هون, there was a person that was dead, okay, and they've been dead. So they're billing using the dead person's name.
Yeah. It was
How
on City of
can you do
Dearborn.
that?
I don't know how, but they were making it work, and like they were literally like billing out, like they were finding people that died from like cancer, people that had cancer diagnoses, and they were using that sickness and their death to overbill, and they were making so much money because they would take that medicine, they'd sell it on the street, and then the insurance would still pay them out on that dead person.
And what's funny is I think a lot of, like when I was picking up my brother's prescription, I had to go to Walgreens to pick them up
Yeah.
because a lot of these under pharmacists are not allowed. Like if you're solely like you own your own pharmacy, a lot of the cancer prescription you can't buy from them anymore.
100%.
And I think that's what they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
make sure like that's working out like
Yeah,
that maybe.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know about what you were talking about. Dearborn is crazy. We get news every single day.
No,
so-
it's literally like I couldn't believe it. Like this person got away with this for a very long time. Like he was there were people that were dead, and he was still billing them while they were dead, and like the insurance company was paying them out.
If there's any type of loophole that's this big in the system,
The Audible will find it.
Audible find
The
it.
Arabs will find it. They are very good.
It's not just Audibles.
No, I know.
Audibles
I
on you
understand,
guys.
but
It's
this
funny
is
because we like our community's so small that like when something
We hear
happens,
everything.
we hear everything.
I know. We hear everything.
So that's why it's funny when like it's always
just-
happening.
But
Same
it's
thing,
so
it's fraud.
true. It's so true. Like whether it's insurance, whether it comes to fraud,
Insurance
getting
jobs,
bridge card,
burning down your house.
they know what they're doing, man.
she
I don't
knows.
know.
Look at-
They know it. I swear to God. Like my mom would like tell me when I was younger. She was like, Mustafa, وحياة الله I couldn't believe it. في واحدة قدامي بالمصطفى قاعدة عم بتعيط عم بتفقع القلب. She gets in a Range Rover. She has a Louis Vuitton bag, and she's paying on Wild Wednesday with a bridge card. She's like, طب قلي. وأنا هون I can't even figure out how to make 2-3 grand a month. وهي she's driving a Range Rover with a Louis Vuitton bag, and she has a bridge card. طب كيف? And she was so. I'm like, Mom, I can't tell if you're jealous or you're angry. She was like, both.
Can I get out of the
There was I heard
It's
my
so, and you know it. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
true.
yeah.
My
It's-
sister would work at Greenland, and she would constantly get bitched out by these men and these women that are paying on a bridge card. The guy would have a Rolex on, the woman would be driving a brand new Range Rover, and she was like, "How are you doing this? Give me the formula. I will quit my job."
bro. Back in the '90s, my uncle was telling me there was a wall. There was like a brick wall down in like I don't know exactly what location. And these guys, for insurance jobs, they would put a brick on their car and run it into the wall, then run an insurance job.
Oh my God, I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man.
The one loophole that I'll say Arabs.
No, you can say it. You can say it.
It's full throttle. We have the highest insurance in the nation.
Yeah.
That's respect right there. I was paying $250. I was paying $250 one way on a Honda Civic 1996 at one point.
For 1
Yeah.
month?
One month.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. I had to move. I bought it. It's ridiculous.
Here. You want to laugh?
Mm.
I was living in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how much my insurance was on
Oh,
the town?
you were-
on a
Oh my
Yukon
God, you were
XL?
chilling.
Like $60.
$40
Yeah,
a month.
Wallah,
there.
must be nice.
I was literally
Allah يهنيك.
literally spending $40 a month on full. And by the way, our insurance in only in Michigan, Florida, and I think California, I'm not sure. We're only no fault insurance. You know what no fault is?
Yeah, yeah. There's
obviously.
only two
So,
states that are
yes,
doing it. Yeah.
Just so you guys know, when someone hit me in my car, they went after them and made sure they paid for everything.
Yep.
So I heard
Yep.
I heard the reason why insurance is so high is because we can sue for an endless amount if something happens.
No more.
No more.
It's
They
capped.
yeah, they changed it. Now
Yep,
it's capped.
It's capped.
You
Yeah,
hear that? You hear that, guys in
So-
Dearborn?
So this is what I'm confused about. If you're doing that now, what is going on? Why isn't our taxes? Why isn't our? It's not only just our insurance; it's our taxes too. I mean, even our taxes are ridiculous. I mean, I live in Dearborn Heights. My taxes I'm paying in the 5 digits, which is not
Ridiculous.
fair.
You know, we're gonna have to bring Mayor Bill Bazzi and Mayor Abdullah Hamoud both
Both?
at the same time.
Yes.
That would be nice.
Yes, we need to
do
start.
that.
And I heard that
if
they're
you're
gonna
watching
start.
this, Mayor Bazzi and Mayor Hamoud, you guys will be getting a call very soon.
Listen, you know what, you guys, it's ridiculous. Our money, you know, we live for our children. We try to give them
Yeah.
the best, and the only reason why we can't give them what our parents gave us is because we're spending it on everything
on
else.
crap. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's like it's boatloads of crap. It doesn't stop.
It
Like
really,
my
really
wife and
is.
I were talking about it the other day. It's like we're going through the bills, and I'm like,
You know, it's cheaper.
this
to
is
go
just going
out
up.
to eat.
Everything is going up.
It's cheaper to go out to eat than to
Yeah.
make food
Yes.
at home nowadays.
I know.
Yes, it
I know.
is.
Like, dude, like she'll go to Kroger or like she'll go to like Papaya or anywhere, and she'll buy groceries to make food. And she was like, by the time we looked at it and the time that was spent, like, well, we could have just went and got food.
My daughter took me to one of these trucks the other day, and I got 8 pancakes like the size of a quarter for $9.
Yeah.
I was like,
How?
You can make that for like.
and my husband said, you should have seen your face. He goes, it turned white. I go, that's haram.
Why
Yeah.
don't you do a
And
stand?
you know, during Ramadan, it's the time of giving. No, because there are plenty of people who are doing it. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. It's the time for giving too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't, you know, I want everybody out there who usually do a stand during Ramadan, don't do, you know, throughout the year. So let them have the opportunity.
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right,
You
right,
know,
right.
and it's a time for giving, and I don't mind. I just looked at that and I was like, did you just charge me $9 for 8 pancakes?
I know.
It's ridiculous. And you got to the point where
She's
like
10.
yeah.
She wanted 3 more.
It's it's
They were
like the
good.
carnival effect. You're gonna get clipped anyway. Just pay for it.
That's how it is. That's
Yeah.
really
And
how
it's
it
not,
is.
It's not really for the people aren't going to actually eat. I don't care what these guys do.
No,
These
it's-
kids go there to
yeah.
hang out.
Yeah.
Like Canfield. I don't know about the Ramadan food, but like Canfield, like it's
I hang out.
it's a hangout. When people are hanging out like, oh, it's for this. No, no, no. If it was like if the Sword Festival was during the time when I was in high school, we would have won.
Mm-hmm.
If it was like in your generation, you guys would have won. It's a nice gathering, but
Right.
It's yeah. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
Yeah, I mean, to piggy bank off of what you were saying earlier. I don't know why the hell I just had a brain fart, but and it's probably because of the fasting.
Back.
Piggyback, yeah. No, it's like I feel like the standard of living has gone up,
It really
and
has.
people are not. And from what I'm seeing, the financial success is not going up with the standard of living.
No.
Like salaries are going down, or they're staying constant. The number of jobs have gone up. I've seen that. There are a lot of jobs available, but the money's not there, and everything's getting more and more expensive, and people are having trouble making a living. And I'm seeing it every single day. You know, whether it's our taxes. You know, for example, like I just bought a motorcycle. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I was rejected, and I have a clean driving history. No points on my record, no accidents, nothing done wrong. I was
Insurance.
rejected by 2 insurance companies that refused to go ahead and insure the motorcycle because the number of claims in my area were too high, and they did not want to insure it. They said that they said motorcycle claims in your area are too high. There are just too many claims on bikes. We don't want to insure it. I had to end up going through Goosehead Insurance. Shout out Ronnie and Nudie. And
I'm related to him.
Did
yeah.
you guys know that Geico does not insure cars in the state of Michigan anymore?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, Geico. Unless you're grandfathered in, they
Yeah.
no longer
They're-
insure cars in the state of
They're
Michigan.
probably losing money.
Because
Yeah.
they're just so I said unless you were grandfathered in, you already had insurance with them,
Probably saving
you
money.
could no longer Geico does not insure car insurance in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
Honestly,
I didn't know
I
that.
don't even know who I have. I just call my insurance lady,
Mhm.
Myrna Nani, and then she's like a mother to me. Like she's my friend's mother. She's my friend's mother, and I literally call her. She's like, "Oh, I got you."
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Pay the
Oh,
money.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I was thinking about the other. So I was riding it the other day. I'm riding on Michigan Avenue. Mind you, this is West Dearborn, Michigan Avenue. Like this is the like the place in Dearborn where all the money's put on. Okay, from my opinion, is like this is the most renovated part of the city. I swear to God, I was literally like I felt my body was hiccuping from all the bumps my motorcycle was hitting on the roads. It was ridiculous. Like a lot of people say, like, you know, as a new motorcycle rider, oh, you know, you should watch out for the other drivers on the road. I swear to God, for me, my biggest fear is the potholes and the bumps. There is nothing else I'm scared of. I am not scared of the drivers. I'm not scared of the guys going 40 miles over the speed limit. I'm not scared of any of the guys. None of them. I'm not scared of the, the crazy driver running the stop signs and the red lights. My biggest worry is the potholes and the bumps.
Okay, just so you guys know, and I said this before on TCD, Michigan has to start putting more money into the grounds instead of keep putting cheap junk into that.
Yeah.
So bad.
I'm sorry.
Disgusting.
Asphalt is not considerably a good type of material for the ground.
It's
especially-
literally a Band-Aid.
Yes, it
That's
is.
all
It's
it
a
is.
Band-Aid. And you know
Yeah.
what's happening is every time they're like, let's go do, okay, we just did 96, you guys.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did 96 2 years ago. And
Yeah.
right before, was it right before COVID?
Yep.
That year? I can see they were already working on it again.
Mhm.
So, and right now what's sad is we're in Dearborn Heights. Ford Road is closed off. Telegraph is closed off. Why do you guys attack one thing all at once? And it's sad. Do you know a lot of these companies go bankrupt? So they get contractors
Yeah.
to work on these roads. Did you guys know that while Mayor O'Reilly was in was in office, that the contractor who was doing West Dearborn's roads ended up filing for bankruptcy?
I didn't know that.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Interesting.
A lot of them end up filing for bankruptcy. They'll make out like a bandit, but they'll file for bankruptcy.
Wow.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, because I just found out recently, like a lot of the services in some of these cities, a a lot of it is outsourced. It's not done by the city.
Very outsourced.
Yeah.
And Dearborn, I think we're 19 on the and by the way, if you guys are saying, what do you mean that we're 19? We are 19, but we're humble people.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why our taxes are high because we spend money on our homes.
Yeah.
So if you're in Detroit, $65,000, you're gonna pay $3,000, $4,000 for that house.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, in Dearborn, there is no house for less than $200,000 now.
Right. Yeah.
So you're spending about $7,000-8,000. My friends who live in Canton bought a $450,000 home.
Livonia and Canton, Walain. Everyone's moving there.
A year for taxes.
I literally had a cousin that sold in Canton. He still couldn't find anything in Dearborn. He's like, yeah, I'm never gonna bother. Went to Livonia.
So the one thing and the reason why you guys need to fight is because of these millages. Our millages are ridiculous. So the old mayors and stuff messed up on our millages are not correct. And this is why I like Hamoud. He's going after everybody who corrupted all of this. He really did. He's going after everybody.
He's gonna be a busy guy.
He's gonna be very busy.
Because look at our taxes. You guys are saying we're putting so much money. Why isn't it coming out into the community?
No, you're right.
I mean, why are we closing down pools if we have enough money to keep them open?
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
There's all these pools that are shutting down. Crawley. I know Hemlock, they turned it into what's it called?
A splash pad.
Same thing. Fort Woods, they kind of salvaged it. They have like 2 small pools and like a pad, but yeah, everyone's complaining about the taxes, and in my mind, I'm like, bro, it's.
In my mind, this is a conversation that's going to be reserved to Mayor Bill Bazzi and Mayor Abdullah Hamoud. You're
What are they
officially
gonna
being
say,
put on
though?
notice. Well, we're going to get to hear their perspective on why the issues are the way that they are. I'm sure they can't say everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have to be politically correct, which is I completely understand. But at least we'll be able to get their perspective on it because obviously, here's what's crazy. No matter who it is, I'm not saying this is Abdullah's fault. I'm not saying this is Mayor Bazzi's fault.
No, it's not their fault.
I'm not.
It's not.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not.
This is.
Yeah, 100%. This isn't even a topic of blame. It's a topic of information.
How did we get here?
No matter who it is in office, I've never ever had enough information on anything.
So remember, there's a lot of confidentiality too.
Yeah.
So they have to be careful with what they do
Yeah.
and how they go about it. And I understand that. I mean, I
Yeah.
told you I work for the city. I mean, we were watching. They were trying to close down Camp Dearborn at one point, and I'm like, I work for the city. Camp Dearborn revenue $1 million. Why would you want to sell a couple $1 million worth of land and you're making that $1 million already?
Right. Yeah. And what's the worth? Right.
And we kept saying, bring back the fireworks. Bring it up. That
I
fireworks
loved
day.
those fireworks.
The fireworks were all donated. Why did you stop the fireworks? They said it was the state that stopped it because there was only one way to come in and one way to go out.
Right.
There's multiple ways, but at the end, you ruined it for all of us.
I think Camp Dearborn era is unfortunately. I don't know if it's just my age group, but when I was growing up, Camp Dearborn. Yours was
I
probably
met my
even better.
husband in Camp Dearborn.
Yeah, yours was even better probably. From when I was in middle school to like a year after high school, everyone, all 3 schools, Etchell, Fourth, and Dearborn, all used to go there. The nightlife was amazing, the canteen, everything.
Yep.
Now it's kind of, I'm assuming it's dead, but like when I used to go there, my birthday was on July 3rd, so I used to watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Everyone used to go up there. It was
Good
it was an
It was
event.
a blast.
Now it has to be dead. There's no way. Everyone still go.
I mean, you gotta go to the part where the trailers are.
Trailers. I swear to God, when I first time I saw the trailers, you crack a corner, you see all the trailers. It's Dearborn.
Yeah.
It's just Dearborn.
you
It's
got,
shifted and put it.
They're like building like extensions on their trailers.
They had porches. They had everything.
They were like literally putting brick pavers all over the place.
so funny.
And there were so many ugly rules. Like you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. And I'm like, but we're making Camp Dearborn better. Why would you restrict us?
Right.
That's what happened when you strict them. They all left. I cracked that corner and I seen everyone smoking to get on their porch, like
they were enjoying
cards.
Yeah. There's
It's
like
just-
beds, everything.
It's just
it's hilarious.
They
You got a
Dearborn,
TV
they
out.
Dearborn, but it was more of an
No,
outdoor vibe.
it wasn't even Dearborn. It's like literally like an ade in Milford for a weekend. That's what it was.
Let's get away. Let's go to
Yeah.
Dearborn.
You know what I'm saying? It was like بس نقلنا القعدة على Milford. That's
That's
all.
the best part.
Yeah, now I am assuming it's dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I
actually
haven't
not
been
bad.
there.
It's actually gotten up there.
My aunt
Really?
still goes with her kids, but I remember the times, how good they were back in the
Yeah.
day.
Man.
Obviously, you're looking at me like I'm a kid. I am a kid compared to like.
Are you
like,
kidding me? I have a trailer in Camp Dearborn.
Exactly.
I have one of the best
So-
trailers. So
We were gonna invest. All my friends were gonna invest in one, but then after high school, the
idea kind of faded.
Sucks. There's no more fireworks.
yeah, it was done. But man, yeah, you definitely seen the era of Dearborn change, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a lot from the 80s. The 70s is really like I wouldn't remember anything from the 80s to the 90s. the millennium.
You're not first generation, are you? Are you first generation? Second?
So my great grandfather came here first.
Okay, so you're third.
And then my grandmother, but they were born in Lebanon. My mom was born in the United States too.
Okay.
So my
Okay.
mom was born in the United States, and I'm born. My kids, obviously, we already have like the fourth one already born. My niece's daughter now.
That's awesome.
So alhamdulillah. So I've seen a lot because remember I'm a South Ender.
Yeah.
So South End love over here. I never ever lived in East Dearborn, but we had businesses in East Dearborn and
Okay.
stuff, which was great. And then we moved straight to Dearborn Heights. My parents have been like, my father never wanted to leave.
Yeah. I mean, the cities are really
my
nice.
father can go back to the South End, he would.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was Dearborn
100%.
before Dearborn was Dearborn.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
it
it still
was-
is Dearborn. I mean, I know a
Yeah,
lot of
but
people that
like-
still live
Yeah.
there.
It went from
Yeah.
the South End to East Dearborn to West Dearborn. Now it's going to Canton.
I mean, how many
That's
people
all it's
can
getting
walk
there.
from their home to the masjid and, enjoy
Yeah.
their salah? It was so beautiful.
That's true. Yeah.
That you go to that masjid and it's like packed and it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh, I
good
know.
thing about
I
it.
know. I have a lot of friends that live out there and they love it.
And,
And they wouldn't change it for the world.
I would love to walk to the, like over there. That's what we used to do. Just go there, go salah, and, relax and get beat up by the teachers in Arabic school.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
If our parents ever wanted to discipline us, they'd send us there.
There you go. That's what my mom did
Schools.
when I was younger. Well,
Okay, Connie, any last words all in all to our viewers? And I'm pretty sure our viewers are going to be very happy with this listen.
Thank you guys so much for having me. No offense to anybody out there. If you guys ever like beg to differ, contact me. I can give you a little bit of things, I'm not too old school. I believe in, being lenient with both your children. Watch what your kids do. Like I said, pedophilers are probably the worst thing. Like
course.
a
Yeah,
mother's worst
Yeah.
nightmare. You never want that happening
Yeah.
to your kid. You never know who it can come from too. That's another thing, you guys. Other than that, lower our taxes, man.
Well, thank you,
Let's get that.
Connie, for
Thank you,
coming
guys.
on.
Thank you
And
for your time.
just to piggyback on what Kel said in the beginning, if you can't get in front of a YouTube platform, we are on Spotify, and we are still making our way onto Apple Pods. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there.
They're whack.
We're just waiting on them to get back to us. And we do have merch available. We got hoodies and we got T-shirts. Hoodies are $40. Shirts are $20. We have various colors and sizes. Just shoot us a DM and we'll be able to get them over to you. So if you guys ever need anything, just go ahead, DM us. And please like, subscribe, comment, and if you have
that
any
bell button.
critiques, any additions, subtractions, objections you have to this,
Feedback.
I want to know it all. Let us know.
People are letting us know. Trust me. And
Yeah.
I handle the social media, and I'm getting nonstop opinions. I
Yeah.
love it. It's
Yeah.
cool. Just we appreciate the feedback. We appreciate taking the time out of your day to come and watch us. And thank you, Connie. Again, we appreciate all your time.
Thank
And
you.
inshallah,
Give her a follow.
give her a follow. And
Go and
inshallah,
support
we'll
her.
see you
I'll
again.
be following these guys. He's been asking me too. So
I was like,
I told him I don't even follow my own husband.
okay, guys. All right. So
Thank you.
Ramadan Kareem, and then
Have a good night, everyone.
have a good night.
Good night.